G'day shooters, Mike and Ben from Foresight Tactical and Straight Shooter. Today we're going to review the Fix by Q and the Sig Sauer 6.5 to 20 by 52 Sierra BDX scope and the Sig Kilo 2400 BDX laser rangefinder. The Sig Sauer Ballistic Data Exchange, or BDX, is a rangefinder and rifle scope system that uses ballistics, environmental conditions and Bluetooth to illuminate an exact holdover dot in the reticle. The system is good for all types of shooter, military, law enforcement, hunters and competitive shooters. The system is of a rugged construction, it's user friendly, even someone like myself that's not very good on a computer was able to operate this system easily. You can operate it as individual systems, as in individual pieces of kit, so you can use the rangefinder by itself or the scope by itself, but it works best together as a system. Now Cam, our training coordinator, he'll cover the technical data and setup of the system.
All right. What we're going to talk about first is the actual scope itself. A lot of the functioning is like any high range, long range rifle scope on the market. So it has normal adjustments for elevation, windage, has a focus knob for parallax and magnification adjustment. There's 4 different varieties currently on the market, so 3.5 to 10 by 42, a 4.5 to 14 by 44, a 4.5 to 14 by 50, and the 6.5 to 20 by 52 that we have here today. They all have 30mm tubes, which gives you a fairly good degree of elevation adjustment built in. They also come with HD glass, so the optical quality you're getting is very, very good, especially at the price point. It's far better than what you would normally expect at this kind of price point. The really neat feature is the level plex anti-can system that's built into the firearm. As long range shooters, we obviously want the gun level with the world while we're shooting. This, rather than having an external level that you would use, or a bubble level like we would normally use, actually in the heads-up display on the scope will actually show you whether you're canning the firearm or not by lighting up on the side that you're canning it. Okay, so the Kilo 2400 BDX rangefinder that comes with this, like the scope can be used as a standalone unit, this can also be used as a standalone unit. There is 6 different modes of operation, and those modes can be adjusted within the actual rangefinder itself. Although these can be used as separate units, to maximise their use and to really get the most out of the system, we can actually pair them up in conjunction with the BDX app, and we'll take you through how we do that. Now, the Sig BDX app, it can be downloaded from the App Store for iPhone or for Android. It's fairly user friendly once you get the hang of it, and it does have some support features in there. So there's a support tab that will allow you, it will take you to Sig Sauer's online manuals for the device. It also has help features all the way through it that will tell you what each feature does. So instructions for each screen of the app. Okay, so in the rangefinders tab, you'll have elevation and windage holds based on the data you've received from the device and the ammunition and firearm profile that you've previously entered. It also has a settings part up in the top corner where you can select the modes. Now the beauty of this is any changes that you make through the app here are also changed in the actual rangefinder itself. So you don't have to fidget through the modes on the rangefinder. If you make the change in the app, it automatically Bluetooths and will make the update to whatever mode of operation in the actual rangefinder. So we're going to be using the Apply Ballistics ultralight version throughout the rest of the shoot. So ABU is what we want. Other than that, everything's basically already been preset. Okay, lastly, the sights tab. So there's also some different modes of operation for the actual sighting system itself. It can be used as a ballistic type reticle, which is one setting, but the setting that we're going to use, and probably the best use of this optic, is to use it with that holdover feature. So whereby we range the target with the rangefinder and it will show us a hold in the reticle of the scope based on our environmental conditions, range to target, and our firearm and ammunition profile.
So I'm just going to have a look at the rifle itself now. It's a new rifle on the market, the Fix by Q. This particular one is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. They are also available in 308.
We'll just start up here at the barrel. So it's a hammer forged match grade barrel with a Q muzzle brake. We've got a Harris bipod on there. The rifle itself is sitting in a chassis system, something that's relatively new to us, but is growing on us. We do like them. This particular one has a foldable stock. As you can see, you just fold it out, locks into place, and you're good to go. Particularly handy for transporting the firearm, or if you're on a long range hunt, you had it in your pack or whatever the case may be. The stock itself is fully adjustable in the length of pull and the comb height. Just moving up, we've got an ambidextrous AR style safety there, and a straight post trigger there with about a 2-pound trigger pull. Takes the 5 and 10 shot P mags. Moving back to the bolt, so the bolt itself is a really unique feature on the Fix. Most fast bolt lifts are at that 60 degrees, and they need 3 locking lugs to do that. This one is actually 45 degrees, so that's your entire bolt lift there. So you can see it's really short, and it actually has 5 locking lugs to enable you to do that. Chassis systems themselves are really great for accessorising. It's a lot easier to accessorise if you run thermal or night vision torches or whatever accessories you choose to put on your firearm. Some people use weights to weight them down, depending on what type of shooting they're doing. This particular rifle, I believe, is sort of placed in that competition long range hunting field. We're also running today, or trialling the Precision Hunter ammunition from Hornady. It's a relatively new ammunition. It gives you that match grade accuracy in a hunting round, so great for long range hunting, as we'll be doing a bit later on. But basically that's the rifle in a nutshell. We can't wait to get out and use it. So we haven't not long left the cabin where we're staying. Just going for a bit of a drive, and we ran onto this little fella. It was, we range found him at 288 metres. We found our holdover, hit the trigger, and he went straight down with the new Hornady Precision 143 grain ELDX projectiles. It's a very effective round. Terminal energy is very good. That said, 288 metres, we hope to stretch it out a lot further than that.
Okay, just about finished for the day. We're just heading back to the hut there and come across these two. They're about 523 metres away. First shot was this little doe here. We got it nice and quick. The mob couldn't see us. There was a fair mob actually, probably about 20. So we dropped a second there, two little meters. They'll be great for the fridge. But the old BDX scope, especially in this low level light, just picking up those the little light reticles there. So I'm a little excited. The light reticles, yeah, super easy shot. Again, nice quick follow up for that second girl there. You can see we've come across a small mob of deer, pretty close range, within 100 metres there. You can see the devastation the 143 grain ELDX projectiles is causing. That's a good, pretty good heart lung shot there. It's throwing out quite a bit of claret. We should pick up this deer, I'd say within the next sort of 20-30 metres we'll find it. Alright, so I've walked not more than 20 metres from that last blood mark on the tree there. We found the young doe. You see the shot a little high on the shoulder, but the devastating effect that these 143 grain projectiles, the ELDX projectiles, has is amazing. They really do a great job on the beast.
over the hill. Just you can see down on the flat down here, it's about 600 metres away. There's 5 deer down here, so we're just going to set up properly, turn on the Sig scope and range find them, and yeah, see if we can get a hit. So we've got a cow dialed in here at 600 yards, 603 yards, and we're going to give it a crack and see how we go.
I'm ready. Shot. Yep, top shoulder. Good shot.
There we have. That was a good hit at 600. From what we can see, it's in high front shoulder, and he's down. So that's 600 yards with the Precision Hunter ammunition from Hornady and the Sig BDX scope and rangefinder combo.
Head down, see if we get him.
Yeah. So we just found that doe we lined up there before. So it was 603 yards with the Sig Kilo 2400 BDX rangefinder. It was a good hit, good shot. And we just want to make the point now, I've mentioned the Fix by Q as well. It's been performing really well, short and long range. We've had some shorter shots around that 100-yard mark. It's easy to pull up to the shoulder, it's comfortable to shoot. It is lightweight, or a lot lighter weight than more traditional tactical rifles. It's feeding, it's been well, it hasn't really given us any problems at all. So I think the Fix by Q is a winner as well.
And I was spotting for that shot there, the Kilo 2400 rangefinder paired up with that Sig Sauer scope is a great little package. It's been spot on every time. Guys, the Fix by Q paired up with the Sig Sauer 6.5 to 20 by 52 Sierra BDX scope and Sig Kilo 2400 BDX laser rangefinder. You'll see by the footage, we've taken it out hunting, we've used it at the range, and we've had a really good time with this gun. Very accurate, and the system works. Something that's really good, myself, I'm not very good on a computer, yet I've found this easy enough to operate and get targets on round first shot, which has been brilliant.
Yeah. Other thing too, we only, as you'll see from the footage, the furthest shot we sort of did was that 603 yards, I think it was.
Yes.
We didn't really want to push it any further than that in the conditions we've got. It was quite windy, so we didn't want to, stretch it out further and maim an animal or wound an animal, so we just pulled up there.
The calibers it comes out in, as mentioned at the start of the video there, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, which was this one, and I believe next year it's coming out in a 224 Valkyrie round, which would be quite interesting to get our hands on and have a run with. Hope you've enjoyed the presentation today. Thanks very much.